Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Adjusting Success. We do this every Monday night for you. Trust me, it's not for me, it's for you. You get full access to me and my team and our connections and everything to help you go. I thought what we talk about today is closing the gap. And a lot of you do such a great job trying to market and always marketing and always stimulating your businesses and your practices to try and get new clients, of course, to stimulate referrals. So today's show is going to be about closing the gap. So get those questions in. Let's help you guys close the gap. You work so hard to get every marketing client into your office. There's a huge gap that's being missed, and we front load marketing so much. We dump a lot. First off, it's money and time, and which is the most precious commodities we have, and we dump a lot of that into marketing, and we're always willing to try new things, but we don't reverse engineer the marketing. You have to have a plan. Everything you're about to do and try in marketing, you have to reverse a plan. So let's talk about like workshops, for example. If you do those seminars or workshops, reverse engineer the workshops. Hey, everybody, as you guys are all starting to tune in, we're just today we're going to talk about closing the gap. So I was going to use an example of workshops as an example of marketing, but there's lots of marketing. There's seminars, there's talks, there's workshops, there's Facebook marketing, there's Google ads, there's community-based marketing, there's networking, there's tons, there's working at gyms, there's handing out flyers, there's the list goes on and on. So we can use any example you want. Let's just use workshops and seminars. We want to reverse engineer these things when we're talking about marketing. So you set up with the plan of how this is going to end. And many of you start there and you're like, okay, it ends with them signing up to be a new patient, and you're missing the boat. It ends with your PVA. You need to know this number. Your PVA is your patient visit average. What does the average patient that comes to your office see you for? How many visits? So we're talking about visits. You can use CVA too, cost case value average. You can say how much are they worth. But in this scenario, it's the PVA. How many times are they going to see you? And then you reverse engineer that. Is it worth doing a workshop if your PVA is 6, right? If they come in and see you 6 times, is it worth doing a workshop, or is it worth dumping a lot of money into Google Ads? Which way do you go there? So really reverse engineering your marketing and really laying this out to the end, to the very end. So PVA is, let's like us, 40. If we have a 40 PVA, we need to map out that entire time with us of what that looks like for 40 visits. And that could take up to a year. So even though we're going to do marketing and we're going to do a workshop now in 2 weeks, we're going to be seeing them probably until next summer. So how do we reverse engineer that? And how do we keep them accountable to keep coming in until the end of that either care plan or 40 visit average, or wherever we're at? Does that make sense? Any questions about that? So you got to know your plan for every marketing piece that you do, whether it's going to start Facebook ads, whether you're going to start Google ads, whatever it is that you're going to start, we need to reverse engineer that. And that happens with knowing the entire plan. How long are they going to stay? Then we get to the point of how do we sign them up to be a new patient, a new client, whatever it is that we do. How do we get them into the workshop? How do we get the marketing in front of their face, in the mail, in their Facebook feed, wherever it is? And how much do we spend for this? And then going back to square one when it comes to marketing. So marketing starts with reverse engineering it. And we have to close these people. We have to have a plan. If you set up that many, and this comes from both workshops that come up with me and trying a whole bunch of new things or new laterals in the business, but not knowing how to finish them. So being very, very sturdy in what you do. So a workshop is, you got to get people to the workshop. You have to have the workshop planned out. You have to have a close in the middle of your workshop, not at the end. Your close is in the middle, the offer, whatever you're doing during that workshop. And then you're signing them up for care. And then what's the follow-up? What's the system to sign them up for care? I would have them pick the exact best times for next week for them to come in to see you. Like put it right there on the sign-up sheet. When is the best time next week to come see you? Then when you follow up with them the next day to make the call, say, hey, we squeezed you in exactly at that time that was best for you. It was 4:15, 4:30, 11 in the morning, whatever it is. but it's going to be on Tuesday. So closing them there, they know exactly what it is, following up with them, giving them the reminders, giving them the paperwork, and working backwards. That's a workshop example. Let's say you're doing a Facebook ad, a promo, an offer, a new lateral in the office, a new massage therapist in the office, whatever it may be. How do you reverse engineer that? Yeah, you do the ads, you get the leads, but how do you follow up with the leads? How do you close the leads? And once the leads come in, what do you have anything prepared for them? Do you have packages? Do you have bundles? Do you have programs? Do you have a plan for them? Or is this just really marketing so that they come in for one massage or they come in for one adjustment? I mean, I think that's lost dollars when it comes to marketing. So being very wise when it comes to marketing is reverse engineering, closing the gap with our marketing. You'll see many different gurus out there in our professions about closing, sales, marketing, care planning. They're from all different belief systems, from having a PVA of 6. I just learned this year. There are coaching groups out there that teach you how to see patients for 4 or 5 or 6 visits. And that's really how you build your entire practice. Baffled me. I've actually looked into it. They've got a solid training session on how to do that. I was like, wow, completely different way of thinking. My philosophy doesn't fit with that. I don't think I would be happy with what I do, but I do upper cervical. I mean, completely different. Family care, wellness care. We almost act as like primary care for a lot of families. They like, forget everything else. We want to see you. And it's our job, So dividing that stuff, they're out there and they work because they create systems for you to be successful. So whatever system it is, my best advice for you is to reverse engineer. Do you guys have any specific questions about marketing that you may be doing right now that I can answer for you right here live and talk and dive deep into this a little bit more for you so that we can get clarity instead of me always talking? Guys, I do a podcast. I already listen to myself talk there. I do another podcast for the office. I listen to myself talk there. I do videos all the time. I'm seeing my reflection here on the monitor, and I'm just like, I'm tired of looking at Enrico. Like, I'm here for you guys. What questions do you have? And they'll pop up right here on the feed. I can answer them right now. And sometimes you just never know who else is listening and who else is watching. They can chime in, and they have some answers for you too. It's cool if we can get that going. I think it'll be more useful of my time. It'll be more useful of your time. What things have you tried? Where do you feel like the holes in your bucket are? Every business has holes in their buckets. Where do you feel like maybe in the marketing or sales or closing or care planning is the holes in your bucket? I'll wait a couple minutes, but I mean, I can get into some examples. I've got people that pay me good money as their coach to answer these questions for them. And here I am offering it to you right here. So where are your holes in marketing? Where are your holes in business that if you close them, automatically, exponentially raises your income and your close rate because you fix those things? One of the biggest ones I see with people that I coach is the example I gave you, just not the plan. It happens with a lot of new laterals that people join up. There's a lot of programs out there that people are jumping onto in certain niches. Neuropathy is a big one. Decompression. Cold laser has some. Soft wave, shock wave. It depends what we're doing. And they promise all these, like, you can make $100,000 a month if you buy a shockwave or a soft wave or whatever it is, and then you get it and you realize, oh, there's really they're going to get me nothing because no one knows what this is, and then you got to figure out the marketing, and you don't know what it is, and that's the problem. I see a lot of new people diving into neuropathy, and they really don't know how to case manage this. Neuropathy is a medical diagnosis. It is probably the most medical thing you'll do in your office if you decide to dive into this. It requires blood work review. It requires neuropathy. Nerve conductance tests. It's like the full-on case meal when it comes to a chiropractor's office to deal with these patients. And you have to be confident in how to help them. You say, well, I got to start somewhere. But it's a tough niche. It's tough than when you first graduated and got into practice and your first chiropractic patients came in. You still weren't confident for those first few people, but you needed to help them, right? You needed to start somewhere. And when they come in and pay per visit, that's one thing. But once they got to come in for neuropathy and now you're selling $5, $8, $10, $13,000 packages, that's a big test, right? And it can ruin your reputation. So be careful with those things too. And that's reverse engineering it, truly going to some training, learning how to do neuropathy, learning how to help these patients, mentoring a little bit before you start diving into a big marketing plan. Not going to throw any programs under the bus, live on this thing, but it doesn't work that you got to have the confidence in doing this stuff. So that's one example, getting into a new lateral or a new niche for you, because you think it's going to be, striking gold or whatever. Maybe it could actually be a hindrance and set you back because of the cost to do the marketing and not knowing what you're doing and the cost of losing those patients. There's a cost to that too. Any questions? Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok. TikTok's not popular, huh? I mean, in this group, and everyone that I try and coach, they're like, TikTok, I don't even have one. Or if they have one, it's not very active. And if it is semi-active, they don't even want to deal with ads there. But it is a cool little niche. They're tightening their demographics a little bit better. It's all video. Having a TikTok following does stream into video across everything. So that's not something you should ignore unless you're like me and you like conspiracies and you don't want China to know everything. So that's up to you, whatever you want to do there with TikTok. How did we get to TikTok? Because you guys are not asking questions. So we're going to start flying off the top of my head with a bunch of different stuff. Here's your chance. What are some questions? Do I have to refresh this? Nope. How about Facebook ads for a new office doc? Because I'm trying to open my office about 6 months from now. Yes, that's my wheelhouse. Okay. You are thinking in great time right now. 6 months, you need to start now. So when we're starting up any type of startup, and docs, if you've been in practice for a while, when I talk about laterals, that's like a new startup. We're doing a new startup in our business right now in my building that we bought. So moving into a new building was kind of like a big startup back in March. And I was doing this all last year for 6 months prior, getting into the practice to blow it up and then, or to get it all, spurred up. And then now we're doing a whole new lateral with a whole new system in the space that we have. And I'll get into that some other time. For those of you that want to get into functional med and IVs and nurse practitioner and MDs, I'm working on it. And I can tell you about that. But for you, opening a brand new chiropractic office in 6 months, right now, brand versus marketing. Go back to some of the old videos on the podcast that I have one about brand. I have lots about marketing. The one about brand is we get fixated and see the little, how do I circle that thing right there? Boop, 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 adjusting success logo. We get so fixated on these logos and these colors and these fonts, and you're wasting your time. You're missing the point. Pick a name, pick a logo and color that you like. Have fun with it for a couple hours on Fiverr. And that's it. Move on. Your brand is now, what does that mean? What does adjusting success mean right now? Not much. But a year from now, if I stay consistent, it's going to mean a lot to a lot of chiropractors. So the point of this is that your brand has to be that too. So work on brand right now, right out of the gate. And then what you're going to do is traffic ads on Facebook. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Facebook ads or if you've played with them yet, but go ahead in there, go into the campaigns, create an ads manager with the name of your practice and link it to your Facebook page, do all the right things, and then start working on getting that brand out there just using traffic. Don't use leads or conversions or anything else. There's a brand awareness one too. You can use that too. So traffic or brand awareness. And what Facebook does is it shoots it off to new people in the demographic that you choose in the local area. So I would choose, if you're in a metropolis, 10 miles around your office. If you're more rural, you can go further and blow that up. Start a little tight and then work your marketing outward as you open up. So you have a traffic campaign going, and this is like a few $100 a month. I would not dump a lot of money in this, especially the first month. Let's say you start right now and you're planning on opening in March. October, you'll put in, $300. November, you put in $400. Then you put in $500, $600. By the time you get to October, you're at, $800 a month. That's it. And then, by the time you get to March, but by February, you're converting this into lead and conversion ads, because now you'll have a brick and mortar that's almost ready to open. The best advice there is to now switch and get into the community. So build your brand, get into the community. This could be networking, just going in, not BNIs, but getting into that stuff as well. So that's what I would be doing right now. And then setting up workshops before you open. It's exactly what I did in 2018. I had 117 new patients the first day I walked in there, not on that day, scheduled out for the next 2 weeks, and was in the black in the third week. So my personal experience in a new town, immigrant, Canadian in the United States, 0 credit score. Anyways, great story. I should write a book. Can we use the same type of videos that fits well for IG and Facebook on TikTok? Yes. Or you rather use funny videos on TikToks to catch the audience attention? You can use the exact same videos. All videos. Just start posting stuff. The rule to video is the hook, line, and sinker. You may have heard this. It's used in entertainment. It's used in comedy. It's used in everything. It's just psychological. The hook line is that first 2 seconds. So any videos that you shoot, you can go to my page, and you guys can go to my page, my YouTube page for the Full Life Chiropractic, and just look at what we're doing. So when you're starting off with, something in the camera, right? That's how the video starts. So I just did a decompression ad. I have a model of those squishy decompression discs, L4, L5, you can squish them. And I hold that in the front of the camera. That's how the video starts. So now, and then when it starts, I squish it. I cause a disc herniation, right? That little thing bubbles out. And I'm like, disc herniations suck. And I pull it back. I'm like, when we get this compression, I go through the video. Then I can take that first 15 seconds, use it as a reel, or I can use the full 60 seconds and use it as an ad. Or if my video went longer, I could use this as an informational video on TikTok, Instagram, my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, everywhere. So create this. I'm going to go back to 6 months, the first question. All your channels have to be set up right now. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, have them all there. So that's what branding is you get whatever this adjusting success thing is, or a Full Life Chiropractic with the tree, and now you're putting that across all your platforms. Brand first, then you dive into marketing. Brand should consume a little amount of your time, just the time it takes to set it up and branch it out. Marketing should consume all your time. TikTok to catch the audience attention. Hook, line, sinker. You start like that. You hook the patient there. It could be used, walking the dog down the street. That's a hook. They're like, where is he? What's he doing? Why is there a blue sky? And you sit in there and say something like, you won't believe what my 4-year-old told me this morning. And now I need to know. What did your 4-year-old? I don't know who you are, but now I need to know what your 4-year-old told you this morning. And now it just comes with delivery. When I first started doing these stuff and I talked in front of people, I didn't talk this smoothly. I didn't have, short pauses and kept information going all the time. You learn this as you speak, and you got to cut out all the ums, the ahs, the pauses, especially with audio, because you want this stuff to keep going and to always have the attention. So that's what it is. And you'll get better. Just better. Done is better than perfect. Do not worry about this stuff. But yes, you can use it on TikTok. TikTok can be very informative, but what ends up happening is the videos that you use on TikTok end up being good videos that you put onto Instagram and Facebook. It goes that way. I find that that's how it goes. Once you start figuring out TikTok and you start seeing who likes it, it's just you can't control who sees it. So the people who start liking you may be from all over the world, and your videos will be liked from them all over the world. So not a great referral source to your office unless you're doing some type of niche cool stuff, unique. Like you are the pinky toe expert in the world, chiropractor, and you can adjust the pinky toe, the 5th digit, 17 different ways. I think people would fly all over the world to come see you. That's a super, super niche, right? So I'm planning to do house calls until I get open. I get to open my office, which is in 6 months from now. With you recommend this. I don't understand the last question. So you're going to do house calls until your brick and mortar opens up. Do you recommend doing Facebook ads for that? Okay, I linked it together. Do you recommend doing Facebook ads for me as a mobile chiropractor? It can work. The traffic that you do is going to have to be in the radius that you're willing to travel. So this might be a little bit bigger, and that's absolutely fine. But again, you got to get that brand out there, and getting your name out there is a good thing too. Posting it on the social groups, all the Facebook groups that are around there. So all the neighborhoods that you're moving into, wherever your clinic is, you pick all the neighborhoods around there. This could be great advertising. I mean, this is just door to door. This is old school advertising. I like it. if you were going to start a virtual business, would you start with traffic ads as well to start building a following? Virtual's tough. Virtual's different. You're going to find yourself throwing a lot of money into thin air, and just hoping it catches somewhere. I'm just being honest with you. With virtual business, what you need to do for a virtual business is build a following. So you're better off with your time and spending $0 and just creating a lot of content, a lot of information. If you're opening up a virtual business, it means you have a lot to offer, and you can do this through audio, right, and video like this. So why don't you just create this? Put all the information out there, everything. What are you going to do virtual in? Is it functional medicine, or what? Is it a specific niche, or? Look at that. As I answer the questions, I can put it right there. Very cool. I learned something new. I actually just wanted to click to see who you were. Functional med. Okay. So functional med. Yes. So that's how you got to create the content. So as a functional med doctor, you're going to pick a niche. Please pick a niche. You can't do general practice. You can't do general medicine. Please don't cover all the bases. You're the thyroid person, you're the hormone person, you're the gut person, you're the sleep person, you're the enuresis person, I don't care what you choose. Pick that niche and start there. Once you create enough content, you're like, man, I've talked all I can about enuresis. I created 12 videos, 3 blogs, a bunch of posts. I've been talking about it all month. Then you move into topic number 2. Yes, you can do multiple things, but I'm telling you, don't be general, because then no one will know why to call you. And the people who do see you as I'm just picking enuresis. Let's pick leaky gut, the gut specialist. And you do this. As you build it, even those people that are listening and may not ever be a patient, they'll refer you. This is the craziest things. Like, how'd you hear about us? Oh, a friend shared your video with me on Facebook. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Blair, for me, in the Tampa area, this is what happened. I saw your video. I'm like, what video? Did 2 videos on Blair when I first started. That was it. And it was just like this. I was holding the camera in front of my face. And that one just took off. It just was shared. It was and I email blasted the video. I did as I built my list. And so yes, content first. Then you can boost the content for fairly cheap in that demographic. So you take a video, maybe you're shooting videos, you're putting posts, you get 5 likes on your posts, you get 27 views, whatever it may be. Then you get one video that you get 44 likes and 400 views, and you're like, whoa, what happened with that video? That's the one you boost. You boost that. You start with a boost. You can do $2 a day for a week. I think Facebook allows you to go 7 days or 14 days, $2 a day for 2 weeks. That will end, and then you can just recycle that into your YouTube, into your all this, and then it can come back and play again at a different time. Then you can turn that into an ad once you are willing to take on some virtual patients. That's your video for your ad. You already know people like the content. The ad may be 60 seconds, but once they click on it, it brings them to your YouTube where they can watch more, or it brings them to an appointment page or whatever it is. So that's how we start to funnel. That's what funnels mean. And we think funnels are just Facebook ads, but funnels are all marketing. Once you grab the potential client at the beginning, they see your content, are they going to funnel to the next level? And the next level becomes catching them. Great question. Great question. I have a question for you about functional med. Once you start this virtually, is this going to be part of your practice, brick and mortar practice, when you move in? I assume it's yes, but I'll let you answer that. I hope that helps. I hope that answers your questions. So traffic and brand awareness ads to start. For those of you that are in practice, you're past that. You're using leads and conversions for Facebook ads. Don't go chase digital agencies for this. We're also unique in our profession that they really don't know what they're doing. Unless it's for a specific niche, and they're good at that. No problem. Great questions, guys. So yeah, closing that gap. If you're gonna all this effort, we're gonna open up a virtual practice. We're gonna market 6 months before we open. They're in the middle of opening. Oh my gosh, my stomach's nauseous for you already. Just the struggles of trying to open a practice, and I don't know if you're renovating or what you're doing or equipment. That's a pain in the butt. So I mean, time is time is minimal for you. You got to maximize your time, and maximizing your time is by creating content. The reason why some people do really well with marketing and some don't, and they do the exact same thing and they have the exact same experience. Yes, I'll be involved in brick. Yeah, good. That's genius. I was just worried if you were going to say no and switch, like be like, I'm going from virtual gut doctor to in-house pediatric prenatal specialist. I'm like, chiropractor. Like, oh man, that is a shift. Why even? Okay, good, perfect. We don't have to talk anymore about that. That's the shift. So people that have good feeds, robust feeds in Facebook and Instagram, lots of content, end up their marketing does better. Their dollar goes further. I see this all the time. I'll help people with their ads. I'm like, why is it $68 conversion rate for you? It's okay. We're getting conversions. It's expensive. And why is it $19 for me? Like, what's going on? We're running similar ads. We're doing the same stuff. We're hitting the same demographics, spending about the same money. What the heck's going on? And I see this around the country with everyone that I'm helping. And I thought it was a city versus a rural thing. Not true. Some rural ones are so tough to help out. And I go onto their page and I figured it out reading a whole bunch of blogs. They have very little content, or they're a new startup like this user here. I hate it how it doesn't show me who's talking. It drives me freaking nuts. All right. Let me just check 1 second here. Good. There we go. Oh, Mark. I should have guessed it was Mark. Perfect. I knew it was Mark. Okay, good. Hey, Mark. Perfect, man. So, I mean, the time that it takes to start a new practice and do, I feel you. This is where we lose people is on their feed. Put the content on your feed. You should have your name picked out for your business now. You should have the Facebook page created, the Instagram page created, the YouTube channel created, and you should just be creating content. Even if you see 0 views, look at my YouTube channel. It's like 0 views, nothing, 0 views, 0 downloads. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of content will have a bunch of views because I was able to put it into the marketing circle. We'll talk about the marketing circle some other time. But if you don't have content, you have no circle. You have nothing to do that you can recreate and reuse all the time. You'll pick winners and you'll leave losers, but content never hurts. And you have to constantly put it out there. Recycling the same content all the time. We tried that on some feeds too. Create a little bit of content, recycle. The feeds actually remember the actual videos. So you either have to change them, crop them, shorten them, you have to edit them, you have to do some stuff to them to change them. Otherwise, they'll see repeated content and that actually hurts your page too. When we talk about algorithms, this is the stuff we're talking about. Why does the system throw different things in different feeds? It's all based on followers, views, impressions, reach. That's it. That's the algorithm. Now, the algebraic equation behind that is top secret. So they don't tell you how that works, but the matrix, that's how that all works in there. So what's a reach is when you post something and you have, like us, you got 2,000 followers on your page and it reaches 47, like this group, the Marketing 101 group, we got 600 members and it reaches 11. It's really bad. And I know why. It's my fault. It's a 6-year-old group, well, 5-year-old group. Did really well when I started it and it went quiet for almost 2 years. I killed it. And to rebuild it is a pain in the ass. I should have just rebranded, opened up a whole new page, re-invited you all to it, and then started off hot with fire. And we probably would get to a lot more reach. So a lot of people in this group don't even see this. That's why it's always the same names. We got Mark and Jamie and Karen, and that's why Jamie's highly active in the group. So that's why she sees the feed. When it pops up, it shows up in her news feed. Oh, Adjusting Success is live. She doesn't even have to remember. If she's just playing on Facebook, it goes on there and she sees it. And then the other 550 members are not even seeing this right now because it doesn't even show up in their feed. So the reach is really bad. So what I need to do is a bunch of stuff to just keep that going. So we'll slowly build that. But that's reach. Then impressions are, where are you showing up in their feed? So how many impressions are you getting? Like how many people are actually seeing it? So when somebody's scrolling through their Facebook feed on their phone and your content scrolls past really quick, that's an impression, counts as an impression and a reach. If they stop, it's called a scroll stopper for even a second. I think it's supposed to be 3, but it's even 1 second. That gives you a boost on your algorithm as well. Cool stuff, right? So, and then as you build this matrix, that's why I don't recommend throwing money at advertising right away, because now you're bypassing the matrix. Say, I'm going to pay you to throw it out there. Not the best way. So create some content, see some videos, and just watch the first few videos. You'll get like 5 likes, 6 likes, 7 likes. And then all of a sudden you get 21 and you're like, whoa, what happened? That's the video. You share that, you boost that first because it costs you $14. $14. You can't buy anything for $14. You do that, you see how that goes. And if it goes well, now you have content that you can use for your first ads, Facebook ads, when you're closer to opening your practice. Great question. Love that one. What's the marketing circle? Good stuff. Great job, guys. Anything particular as far as, yeah, no problem, Mark. I've watched you. It's good. It's going to be exciting when you open up. It's going to be very cool. Keep up the good work. What else we got? Was that good? I mean, this stuff, you drive the content way better when you ask questions, because that's what I'm here for. Guys, this is like a free coaching group. Like you're just getting access to a whole bunch of stuff. Join in Monday. It's free. Then maybe we can do like something like a coaching group like this, where we can just do video and have 5 people in here for a lesser fee, whatever that works there. I had a great talk with another chiro on Friday. He's out in Colorado, and he's like, I've been following you forever, man. What do you do? And I was like, oh, see the marketing? It's just not there. What do? You coach. Okay, you coach, but do I still need my marketing agency? And I'm like, no. I mean, we've replaced your marketing agency and teach you how to do it. And once you're done with us, you own all the funnels, all the marketing, all the machine in the background. Nothing disappears. He's like, oh, I get it. But not really. So I'm still working on this whole thing. Brand and marketing is 2 different things. The branding is good. We got the branding. We know, this guy likes to talk a lot. That's my branding. Great. Now the marketing is, what the hell do you do? How do I access you? How do I become a new client? Same thing with you guys. So you got to think of it like a customer. You're going through, how are people going to find me with my marketing? How am I going to make myself, and just being redundant in the feed, building that following around your brick and mortar clinic, so that when you post stuff, whoever likes you, you're bumped up the algorithm for them. The chances of showing up in their newsfeed are better than the random people in the area. Actually, when you post on Facebook, you won't be shown to anybody that doesn't follow you. So Facebook's not cool. TikTok is. TikTok will show it to everybody. See the difference? So that's why TikTok's very random. Their matrix is very deregulated. Facebook's matrix is very tight. And then Instagram is Meta. So there's a lot of overlap there too. But Instagram will be shown, sometimes you'll be shown to other people as well that do not follow you. So Instagram has a little bit of a leeway. Facebook does not. Your stuff will not be shown to anyone else, unless you have a huge following, millions of people. Make sense? If you're creating, here's a bonus tip. If you're creating a new Facebook page, or you have one and it hasn't been super active, changing it from personal to a digital creator is a great idea, because now your personal page can become an advertising page for people as well. Works on your brand, and it can tie in together as well. That's just a click on a button under your settings. You just go from personal to digital creator. It allows you to now boost personal posts, so you become like a business page kind of on that. But it's just your normal Facebook page. If you're ready for that, do it. If you still don't understand, don't do it yet. But we can talk about that sometime too. Good. How many more gold nuggets can I drop for you guys before we quit? Any more questions? I'll wait. Sometimes I talk so much, you guys don't even have a chance to ask questions. Anything else? We hit 600 members in our group this week. Thank you guys for referring. That is cool. 600. That's neat. Now we got to get the matrix going so they actually see it, right? Same thing with your Facebook pages. Keep that content going. You'll have your raving fans who like everything that you like, and then you'll end up looking, you'll be like, oh, it's Julie again. She likes our stuff. But It's because she's seeing your stuff all the time. That's why you're always like in the top of their feed, and they love you. They're raving, so they always hit the like button. They're doing you a favor. What you need is to create more raving fans. So another cool tip is the Facebook groups, the neighborhoods around your area, being active in them and then getting patients that are active in them. So those first few referrals that you get in there, you private message them saying, hey, Stacy, I see you there. Thank you so much for mentioning us in the newsfeed. That's it. That's the message. They will respond very quickly. And they'll be like, you're welcome. We love you. Great. Hey, could you be a Facebook hawk? Facebook hawk. Gotta say that right. H-A-U-K. And that's what we called them. And they're like, what do you mean? Could you do this for us? We need help. You don't need help, but you could use help. Sure, you need help. What a great idea. We have a whole bunch of them. Some of them saw us back in 2018, 2019 with their kids. They stopped care, whatever, COVID. They still haven't been back, but they still refer us in the groups. They're like, I'm being a Facebook hawk, which is super cool. So that's a great little thing too. And then we used to send out like a little thank you to their house, like a thank you card, just appreciating them for doing it. And they love it. People love to help you. Your raving fans do. So use that one too. I'll post that in there so it's saved. So you guys remember. There we go. Facebook. Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah, we should go back to that. Thank all those people. My wife and I own our practice, so she's on Facebook all the time. So she's our number one refer, but she keeps an eye on all these people. And she, I feel like we're falling behind. She's like, no, we're still the number one referred clinic in all of the Facebook groups, like in the neighborhoods around us. And that's really important. That's free marketing. So great things to do on Facebook without spending a bunch of money. How much do you spend on traffic ads? Truly, to get those algorithms going, let's say, Mark is like, I need to get going, doc. I'm not starting with 50 patients a week. I want to see 150. Then he would start doing the $200 a week traffic ads. If he's opening in March, I'd probably start this, after Christmas anyways. For those of you that are getting into marketing, here's your chance right now on Facebook ads, because by the time Thanksgiving comes, you are competing with all the major marketing groups out there, and your dollar value goes way down. I don't even think it's worth marketing in December. I really don't, unless you do ads that target your Facebook page likes, those people, retargeting them, then you're blasting it to them. So if you're new and you only have 110 followers, that's not even an option for you. But if you have 2,000, now it's worth it. You can do like a Christmas promo or something around there. Anyways, I can talk forever. I'm going to let you guys go unless you have any more questions. Anything? We good? That's it. Great job, guys. Keep it going. If you need anything from me, I'm here for you. I truly do love this stuff, and I love helping people, and it's turned into a great little thing. I'm actually going to be, I just officially know that I'm going to be speaking at Marketing Matters in Miami. So if any of you are going, Jamie, you got to go to this. Like, I think for you guys for 2024, it'd be great. I am not the keynote or the highlight of this seminar by any chance, but I am going to be on there. So that's kind of cool. So I'm on there talking about this stuff, Facebook marketing and marketing. So if you guys can make it out there, that'd be great. Otherwise, have a great week. Take care and keep on marketing. You have to. It's a business.